What's going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadski, back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece, not a One Piece video, I swear to God, I always get it mixed up, Jujutsu Kaisen video. Now today, we're going to be talking about like what you should be doing currently on Global, because I know that we have had a lot of people start things up, you know, when the game first came out, but a lot of people have been jumping into the game recently, especially with the announcements on the Japanese side of the game with their first anniversary. I might make a dedicated video for that, giving my thoughts and opinions about that. If you guys want to see that, let me know, and I'll talk about the first anniversary units on Japan. But the thing is with the way that things are going right now, like we know that Yuta is going to be dropping, and the thing is, when you start the game, you can actually acquire a crap load of materials to then summon when Yuta comes out. And the fact that right now we have this gacha banner right here with Megumi, like, this character is phenomenal. Spoiler alert, I did do some pulls. I did not spend any money. I used my own free-to-play currency. I did end up getting him after 4 multis, so I was pretty lucky, all things considered. I did not get the recollection bit, but I did get the character. I have been using him, and this character is phenomenal. This character is really, really good. So I think it's not even a terrible idea, if you potentially don't have the best account, to just re-roll. Get this guy, you get your guaranteed SSR ticket, you can get Gojo, you can get Nobara, whatever you want, and then build from there. Currently, this is the team that I'm using for basically all content in the game, at least for right now. And this team slaps. This team goes hard. It's super, super good. I have leveled up my Gojo to as high as he possibly can be. He's a beast, of course. Megumi, for those who don't know, his ultimate, you want to just supercharge this ult as fast as possible. This domain expansion allows you to get additional cursed technique damage on the opponents. It reduces damage that they do to you. Obviously, it only lasts for 4 turns, but activating this domain gives Gojo more damage, and especially when you partner that with Nanami and Yaga, you're buffing your team significantly, and Gojo goes crazy. So I think it's not even a terrible idea. If you want to reroll your account, get Megumi, then use your guaranteed ticket to get Gojo, and then you're off at the races there. Of course, you want some other SR and potentially rare characters that are going to supplement those characters, but those units are going to go crazy. And I guess the good thing as well is, like, what you should be doing right now is farming these events. These events are phenomenal for acquiring so many materials, for getting the enhancement materials, like the red and the blue orbs, getting money, the JP, whatever it's called, but also securing the materials that are required to increase the grade of characters as well. You can get summon tickets and cubes, etc. But that's kind of like what I want to show you is like how I'm doing this event right now. So this is the current one with Megumi, and I'll show you guys exactly in a minute. We'll show it. But one thing I wanted to show as well is this website, GameWith. I use it for Treasure Cruise, and this website is so good. They just compile a bunch of information about like anything you possibly want. So the Yuta page is really cool because you can scroll all the way down to the bottom, and it literally tells you how many of each material you're going to require in order to get your character ranked up. Of course, on Japan, they do have higher grades. We can only go up to grade 8 right now. So basically, you can have a look, make sure you got all these. So before Yuta comes out, you can be fully prepared so that when you do end up pulling him, you can just max him out straight away and then start using him. So do keep that in mind. I just really think that, you know, GameWith is a really good website at, you know, organizing this information. Of course, they give you information as well about Yuta in regards to like how his skills work, good team compositions, and also recollection bits that you might want to potentially use with him. So yeah, this is really, really good. So shout out to GameWith because they're absolutely homies for putting all that information together. But of course, I'm going to show you guys exactly what I'm doing. The thing is if you have a really established team, going up against the special grade level of the Formidable Battle is super worth it. If you can clear it in like one go, the amount of material you spend in order to get the, what are they called again? The Exorcism token exchange. It's crazy. So I'll show you guys exactly like how I go about beating this. Remember that there are characters and recollection bits that can give you increased bonuses. So you see Megumi, and that recollection bit does give bonus drops. Nobara also gives bonus drops. We can have a look really quick. So you can see that there's a little icon on some of these units. Like Todo has one, Yuki has one, you know, Panda has one as well. So these characters will give you like slight increases to your to your overall run, so make sure you keep that in mind. And this is what I'll run right now. So let's go ahead and run it, and I'll show you guys exactly how my team works in terms of doing as much damage as we can. Remember, this is the special grade, the highest difficulty possible on this, and I'll show you guys how exactly this works. Now, do keep in mind that, like, all of my characters, I believe, are grade 8, so they're, like, the highest grade you could possibly get right now. So I like to just buff on the first turn and use this skill for Megumi. So this skill here, it will apply a 20% physical technique damage taken increase for 3 turns. So that's just pretty cool. And then this recollection bit, the pride one, this is, we'll talk, I guess I could talk about that a little bit later. You can get this for free. This is one of the best recollection bits in the game because of the way that this works. So when you trigger it on command skill or ultimate skill, it applies a 60% curse technique increase for self for 2 turns. For 2 times, should I say. Can be used again after 5 turns. Now, it's not a turn buff. It's however many times you activate a cursed technique skill. Meaning, if you activate this, you never use a cursed technique skill, and then you activate it again, it actually gives you 2 stacks of 60% bonus, which is why this is so good. Because his first skill is cursed technique. The second one is a physical technique damage. So you can just stack this, and then you can get double dipping on that particular recollection bit's buff. Why it's one of the best in the game. So we get poisoned, whatever. I kind of like to alternate between buffing with these guys just to make sure that I keep enough cursed energy. And then now with Gojo, we can actually start hitting with some physical hits. And then once the recollection bit on Gojo is on a 2-turn cooldown, that's when we can start buffing him with his own skill. That's kind of like how I like to go about it. So we'll do that, we'll just attack again, we'll do another physical hit, and then after this turn, the recollection bit on Gojo is going to have a 2-turn cooldown. Now we're going to go ahead and start buffing him with his own skill. So this is all really focused around Gojo. So again, I like to alternate with my buffers here, and then we'll just do another physical attack. We'll go ahead and start buffing with Gojo. 1-turn cooldown left on Gojo's recollection bit, so we'll buff once again. And the enemy's about to ult us here, so I like to use the recollection bit that I have here on Yaga. It's just the one that provides a heal to everyone to make sure that no one dies. Now, I will say, sometimes if they target the wrong character on my team, I can just straight up die because of this. So hopefully none of the characters... Well, I don't die, but it just means that, like, I won't be able to do as much damage as I really hope, so... That's annoying. I usually like to use this right before the end, and then we'll go ahead and charge up Gojo once more. Get a bit of a heal, get some buffs. Gojo's ready to go. And we got Megumi ready to go. So he's going to target Megumi. That's fine. We're all good to go. So now we can start doing our buffs. Let's go ahead and use both of our buffing skills from Nanami and Yaga. We'll go ahead and use our recollection bit. This is not the best one for Megumi. This is the free-to-play one. But I do like it because it has the additional skill where for the first 2 turns, it gives more ultimate gauge. So I really like that. It just allows him to get his ult faster. But the effect itself doesn't give like a massive damage increase, which is the downside. So we'll go ahead and do that. And then Gojo, of course, we can now double dip with the recollection bit. So he gets a 120% buff just from the recollection bit. Plus all of these other buffs that have been activated here. So let's see how much damage. Let's put it on 1-time speed just to get a quick rundown in terms of how much damage we're doing here. So here we go with the Megumi ultimate skill. Really cool animation on this one. And here we go with Gojo. So how much damage are we going to do? Okay, 1.25 million, and then we get the co-op ultimate, which will probably get us to around 1.5, maybe a little higher. 1.83, that's pretty good. That's pretty solid. Oh, again, the poison. I forgot about the poison. That's a real shame that Megumi's poison came in there. We should be okay, though. So we'll go ahead and use the 2 ults from these guys. Let's go ahead and buff Nobara, and then we'll just attack with Gojo. So Gojo will leave after this turn. So let's see. Okay, this is going to give everyone a damage increase. I can put it on 2-time speed now. Co-op ultimate, of course. Gojo's going to do quite a lot of damage here because he still has the buffs from his recollection bit because it lasts for 2 hits. And there you go, 520k with just a normal skill from Gojo, like crazy amount of damage. And then we see how much we get of these tokens. So we get 372 plus 279 just for one battle. And of course that I do have a 50% increase or 55% increase, so yeah, it does give us quite a lot. But yeah, unfortunately you can only do these battles like once per day, or you can stack them up. So you can see when we go back to this list here, it says the available annihilation 0 out of 4. This event has been out for 4 days, so every day you are able to challenge it once. So there's that. And of course, you know, you can just go ahead and use the materials to farm the very hard difficulty, of course. But of course you want to do the highest difficulty if you can, only if you can. If it takes you too many runs to beat the highest difficulty, it's really not worth it in my opinion. I would say if you're able to clear one of them within 2 runs, do that one. But you know, a lot of the time you may want to just do the hard difficulty if you're at that level, but as you grind and get your character stronger and stronger, it is going to be easier to do. Let's go ahead and just finish off here. Now, I'm at box, what is it? Box 7. So I really want to get the ultimate crystal, the chaotic Jujutsu crystal, but there's phantom metals as well. Piece of recollection bits are always good to pick up as well. So let's see what we get here. You just get so many materials, and this is why I'm saying this is one of the best things to do. Not only do you get all of this, but you also, if you do the earlier prize pools, there's like there's cubes as well, like 30 cubes times 5, so 150 cubes there. So it looks like from box 5 there is no more. Box 3, 30 times 5, another 150. 20 times 5, there's 100 there. 20 times 5, there's 100 there. So there's actually quite a lot of cubes just in this event alone. I believe in the first event with Itadori, there's no cubes in those boxes, but still there's a bunch of materials, phantom metals, recollection bit stuff. You know, really, really nice. Do we get any good stuff here? Oh, we actually got the gold crystal. That's cool. That's cool. And a bunch of JP. But no phantom metal yet. I really want to get that phantom metal at least before I end this box, of course. We did not get it still. And we'll do a little bit more just to finish it off here. So I don't think we got the phantom metal, but that's okay. But yeah, basically, you know, kind of just to wrap up everything that we said in this video, I think if you don't have a great account or you really want to get Megumi, re-rolling now is not terrible. Rerolling to get Megumi, you can get Gojo from the SSR ticket, guaranteed, just from rerolling that. And then you can start saving your currency for when Yuta comes out. And of course, doing all of these missions, you can acquire a bunch of these materials to get your account leveled up pretty quickly. And of course, you've got story mode to deal with. You've got the what is it called? The domain investigation, which currently has double rewards, which is definitely worth doing if you guys haven't done it yet. And of course, if you need to spend your AP, your stamina on the enhancement quest to acquire JP, blue crystals, red crystals, definitely worth it, at least in this time period. But you can get all of those rewards from the current event missions as well, so do keep that in mind. And for what I was talking about earlier in terms of the recollection bit, this is where you can get it from defeating Jogo. It's very difficult, but it allows you to acquire this recollection bit that is very, very powerful. So just wanted to give you guys a bit of information in regards to that. But that's going to wrap it up for me. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you did enjoy it. Hopefully you learned some things along the way. If you did enjoy the video, make sure to go ahead and leave a like. And if you want to stay up to date with all the content I post, including more Jujutsu Kaisen Fan and Parade content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. On that, guys, I'll see you guys within the next video.